Steelers questions coming at you here in Week 9 in the NFL season. My name is Jack Sperry. Welcome in to the weekly Steelers Talk Mailbag, where I answer your questions on everything that there is to know about the Pittsburgh Steelers. Before we jump in to today's questions, make sure you click that subscribe button and join the most interactive Steelers YouTube community here on the platform. We are growing like crazy, over 2,000 subscribers in just the last 2 weeks. You guys are really responding to the stuff that we're putting out here. We appreciate all of your support. And with that, I'll pause and open it up for questions. All right, now we got Matt Hyde for the first question of the day. He says, do you think Canada should stay on the sidelines instead of in the press box? Yes, I do. I think you stick with what's working. How much is it actually working? I don't know, right? Probably not that much. I would actually accredit the offensive success last night to more, or by the way, we're filming this on Friday. This is probably going to come out a little bit later if you're not watching it live. I credit it more to Broderick Jones playing right tackle than Matt Canada playing on the sidelines. Broderick Jones was awesome as a run blocker on Thursday night, and I think that had more of an effect because this Steelers offense, it was buoyed by the run game. 166 yards. They had more yards rushing than passing on Thursday night. So I think adding a really good run blocker and Broderick Jones probably had a bigger effect than Matt Canada, the offensive play caller, who would have had the exact same plan regardless on the sideline. Now, it's good to have him there. He was celebrating with the guys when they scored the touchdown. I think you stick with what's working, and what's working right now is he's on the sideline. But at the end of the day, I'm not sure how much it really affects it here moving forward. And then we got Chuck Dugan here, or Dugan, and he says, do you think they're going to move Broderick Jones to left tackle and Dan Moore to right tackle by the end of the year? Maybe. I think that if they continue to have success with this, though, where, they didn't give up a sack on Thursday night, if they keep having success like they had last night, I think they're just going to keep it with Dan Moore at left tackle and Broderick Jones at right tackle. I know that you drafted Broderick to play left tackle, and I think eventually he will move over there. But especially with the way that we've seen this offense play in the early parts of the season, you don't fix what ain't broken, especially if you're getting something going. So as long as this combination of 5 offensive linemen continue to have success, I think that they're going to keep it the way that it is moving forward. Then we got $2 super chat from Logie. And he says, Kenny 225 plus 1 TD. So versus Green Bay. Win versus Green Bay. Kenny gets 225 yards passing, 1 touchdown. Warren and Najee combined 4, 135, 2 TDs. I think that's a pretty decent prediction there, Logie. I think that's pretty realistic. Kenny would have to have one of his better games of the year to get up to 225. But listen, Green Bay's defense stinks, man. They play cover 4 quarters on pretty much every single play. Super predictable defense. Jordan Love is not that guy at the quarterback position with TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith, and Cam Hayward getting after his ass. Good luck is all I have to say to Mr. Jordan Love, man. So I think Green Bay is in for a rough afternoon in Week 10. I think the Steelers are going to improve to 6-3 as well. Then we got one from Matt Indonesia here. He says, how much of an impact did having Matt Canada on the sidelines have on the Steelers offense last night? So same question as before. And the answer is I don't think it had that much of an impact, maybe a little bit of an impact, but really the big one was starting Broderick Jones over Chukwuma Okorafor at right tackle, in my opinion. That added a really good run blocker and to an offensive line that's just not done a very good job at run blocking so far this year. I thought Broderick had an excellent night last night, or on Thursday night, I should say, and he played really well. So I think that had more of an impact, but hey, you don't fix what isn't broken, especially with the way that this season started. All right, so now let me know what you guys think down there in the comment section with our pinned comment today. Is the Steelers offense finally fixed now? Type yes or type no. Let me know what you guys think. Again, this is the pinned comment, so YouTube's going to throw you an ad break here in just a couple of seconds. When that happens, take advantage of that time by typing yes or no down there in the comments. Then we got one from Bulls Nation. Says, since John Gruden is best friends with Mike Tomlin, will he be a candidate for the offensive coordinator? I don't think so. I think multiple people close to Gruden have already said he will not even consider an offensive coordinator job. He need a true head coaching job. He's not going to be going down the totem pole at this point in his life. So I really don't think John Gruden is going to be an offensive coordinator for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think it's way more likely that it's Byron Leftwich or Josh McDaniels or Chris Forster, hopefully, or Darrell Bevel, hopefully. Somebody from the Shanahan tree would be real nice. I don't really see John Gruden as a possibility. And even if he was a possibility, I think there's better options out there. Then we got one from Sean here. He says, do you think George Pickens wants out of Pittsburgh? He posted on Instagram an Instagram story of him saying, free me, and unfollowed the Steelers. So I think he's upset a little bit right now that he didn't get the ball that much on that Thursday night win versus the Titans. And, this is a little bit troublesome because you want your star players to be happy when you win and not necessarily throw a fit, especially when you win, right, about targets. But here's the thing with George Pickens. He's going to get his days this season. We've already seen it this year, right? He's going to have his days where he's getting targeted 10 times a game, right? But there's going to also be games where the run game is going well. Deontay Johnson is absolutely torching the opposing defense, and your opponent is double teaming you on almost every snap. So those games are going to happen. George needs to understand that. And, I think that there's potential for a potential blow up in the future, like Antonio Brown happened earlier. There's definitely that potential right now, but George Pickens is such a crazy talent. I don't honestly care right now. He is absolutely an amazing talent. Get this guy the freaking football and make him happy, because you don't find George Pickens every single day. Then you get First Down Steelers here. It says, after last night, what are the chances Pickett is the starting quarterback for the Steelers in 2024? So we've talked about this on the show before. Right now, I'd say 85% at this point. Because Kenny, he has something that not every quarterback has, right? His special ability, Colin Cowherd likes to say there's nothing special about Kenny Pickett. He's wrong. The special thing about Kenny Pickett is the intangible quality to be able to play his best on the biggest of stages when the lights are brightest in the fourth quarter with the game on the line. You don't see that in quarterbacks every single day. So if Kenny Pickett can maybe be freed of Matt Canada, right? He can get some good blocking in front of him. Get an offensive coordinator in here that actually knows what he's doing, right? Look at Tua Tagovailoa. His first 2 years with Brian Flores as his head coach and an offensive coordinator that didn't know what he was doing, he looked like a bust. Then you get Mike McDaniel in there, and he looks like a top 10 quarterback in this league. So I'm not ready to give up on Kenny Pickett. Probably 80 to 85, maybe 90% at this point. I think this offense is starting to turn over a new leaf. And hopefully, this Steelers offense can get it going for the rest of the year. If he does that, he will be the quarterback next year. Now, let me know what you guys think. What is the percent chance that Kenny Pickett is the Steelers' QB1 in 2024? I'm guessing I'm going to see a lot of 90s, 95s, 100s, especially after last night's performance. So let me know what you guys think down there in the comment section. How are you feeling about KP going forward? Then we got one from GM Ev here who says, is Taco Charlton available? I'm pretty sure he is, but he stinks. Taco Charlton is not good at football. So, no, we don't go get him, all right? So we have T.J. Watt. We have Alex Highsmith. We got Marcus Golden, and we got Nick Herbig. That's good enough for me, all right? I don't need Taco Charlton coming in here, with all due respect, GM. Then we got Snowman here. He says, will the Steelers sign Mike Tomlin to a contract extension next year? I think if the Steelers make the playoffs this year, he's going to get one. I think if he gets this team to double-digit wins, 10, 11 wins, and you make the playoffs with an offense that's probably going to rank in most offensive categories below average, yeah, he's never had a losing season. Yeah, you're probably going to sign this guy to a contract extension next season. Then you got one from Young Noticeable 25 here. It says, saw another podcast where they were saying maybe we should have traded TJ and could have possibly gotten 2 first-rounders and possibly 2 high 2 or 3 with a player. What's your take on this, Sperry? I don't want to trade TJ Watt is my take on that. I saw that Colin Cowherd was willing to trade George Pickens, TJ Watt, and what was it, 3 first-round picks for Caleb Williams? I mean, I love Caleb Williams. People around here at Chat Sports know me as the ultimate Caleb Williams supporter. I love me some Caleb Williams. I'm not willing to give up that much for him. I'm just not. TJ Watt is the most valuable defensive player in football. George Pickens is a budding superstar in this league. And then you're giving up essentially your future with 3 first-round draft picks. So, no, I'm not willing to do that. And when it comes to this trade here, I'm not willing to do that either. All right, this team is ready to win now. Why would the Steelers consider this? I just don't understand. You got a team that's ready to go now. You got the talent now. So I really do think that TJ Watt needs to be a Steeler. Don't trade him, even for 2 first-rounders. All right, now let's get to our sponsor here at BetUS. Go to chatsports.com/bet and use promo code Steelers125 for a 125% deposit bonus. And you might be asking yourselves, what is a deposit bonus? Well, here's what it means. If you put in a deposit of $100 to $600 on the BetUS website, they're going to give you 125% of that money back to you to use on your bets absolutely free of charge. So if you put in $100, all right, they're going to give you $125 additional dollars free of charge to use on your bet. So $225 value for a $100 investment. I think that's a great deal. If you want to take advantage of that right now, you love sports betting, and you want to make some money, go to chatsports.com/bet and use promo code Steelers125. Let me got one from Dan Robbins here. He says, where do you rank Mike Tomlin among NFL head coaches right now? So Dan Robbins, looks like Matt Canada is in the chat right now. So I'll say I think he's top 5. Top 5? Is that crazy? I don't think that's crazy. I know there's going to be a lot of Tomlin haters coming at me right now for saying this, but when it comes to what a head coach is supposed to do, all right, you're supposed to be really good on your side of the football, and you're supposed to be a great leader of men. Mike Tomlin is great in both of those categories. He's a top 10 defensive mind easily in this league, maybe top 5. He's consistently delivered great defenses here in the city of Pittsburgh, all right? And then 2, and when it comes to being a leader of men, getting the most out of people, he's never had a losing season. It doesn't matter what goes wrong with this football team. He gets them to at least 8-8. He gets them to at least 500, right? So I think that he needs to get the right offensive coordinator. He needs to get his head out of the sand when it comes to Matt Canada, and he needs to bring in somebody that's going to run a modern offense here. All right, I'm not trying to absolve him of that. He needs a good offensive coordinator because he's a defensive head coach. But when it comes to what a head coach does, lead the team, and then also do your thing on your side of the football, he's great at it. So I'm going to put him in the top 5. But let me know what you guys think down there in the comments section. Mike Tomlin is a blank best head coach in the National Football League. Answer that question down there in the comment section. Then we got one from Robert Folsom here. He says, sign Evans, the former Titans linebacker. I'm pretty sure he's already been signed, right, Coop? I'm pretty sure he's already been signed. So Robert Folsom, I like that idea with the Cole Holcomb injury out for season. He'd be a great addition to this defense, in my opinion. Unfortunately, don't think he's available. Then we got Damian Roy here. He says, Canada looked like he had several Red Bull energy drinks. Yeah, I liked the energy that he brought to the sideline last night, man. I'm not going to lie. I mean, he had to have somebody the get back guy. You know what I'm talking about? The Sean McVay, where the coaches go on the field too much, then they got somebody to kind of rein him back in. He needed one of those guys last night. So I kind of like that energy from Canada last night. I'm not going to lie. He needs to get his offense straight, but hey, I like the energy. Evans did sign with the Cowboys, by the way, so Rashaan Evans, not a possibility. I'd say Anthony Barr, by the way, probably the best opportunity there at the inside linebacker position. That'll be it for this week's mailbag, guys. Thank you so much to everybody that submitted questions. I will see you guys later, and until next time, here we go, Steelers.